Do you want to write a book? Have you always had that burning desire to put your thoughts, your life, your experience on paper and publish a book? Well, I want you to know that you're never too late to do that. So, all my sisters out there, women in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, it's not too late to write that book. It's, in fact, it's the perfect time because, see, you're not too old. Now, you old enough to know what you want. You old enough to have the wisdom and experience, and you're old enough to take those risks. Why? Because you've been doing them all your life, okay? So for those of you out there listening to me, my sisters, women over 50, in your 60s, your 70s, you want to write that book? You need to go do it. And let me tell you, my book happened in my late 60s. In fact, so much stuff happened to me in my late 60s. And much of it I was not prepared for. But my book, Living Life Over 50, was my first self-published book. Now, my first ever book on Amazon, launched as a bestseller, was I worked with a publishing company. And so that was a great experience. Again, did it in my late 60s after my husband, who I was married to for 40 wonderful years, he passed of cancer. And shortly before he passed, my mom passed. And so my dad and I, we were both grieving. He had lost his wife of 60 plus years. I had lost my husband of 40 some years. We decided we were going to write a book about him. Well, I decided I wanted to write a book about him, and he went along with it. In fact, he told everybody in our town. We grew up in a very, very small town on the Jersey Shore where everybody knew everybody else and everybody's business as well. But he told everybody that Gigi's writing a book about me. That's my nickname. Everybody knows me as Gigi back home. And so, but I wanted to write this book about him because I wanted to tell his life story, because he really was a transformational leader. He created change and made things different for so many people, different for the better for so many people. And so that was my first book. Hey, here it is. Okay. You can get it on Amazon. And I'll probably do a video about that because you can imagine, there's a story behind it, as it is with all of the things that we do in life. There are these stories. But I wanted to specifically talk to you today about this book, Living Life Over 50. First of all, because my sisters out there, women over 50, 60s, 70s, so many of you I have said to me, have dropped me notes, have made comments. I hear in my coaching sessions, boy, I really want to write that book, or I got this book in me. Or I'll be listening to women that I know just talking, sharing their experiences in a meeting, or I go to lunch with some folk and I hear women talking about their stuff, and I'll say, you should write a book. And then they'll say, oh, I've always wanted to, So if that's you, I want you to know that you can do that, and it's not too late. So the book the first book that I told you about, that was my first published book that I worked with a publishing company on. I did, after my husband passed, after my mom passed, my dad and I worked on it together. Then he passed right before I published it. And that took me a little while to get into that. So that wasn't until I was again in my late 60s. And then about a year or so later, I decided to do this book, Living Life Over 50, because midlife is something. And aging and growing older. And let's get it straight now. Let's not get no confusion about this. I want to grow older because I want to live, and I want to live vibrantly. And that's why I wrote this book. It's little essays from me, little pieces of information. And I think you'll really enjoy it. It's a quick read. But the real story that is behind this is just about less than a year ago, I updated it. So it was originally published in 2019, and I just updated it here in 2025. Oh, I'm already in 2027, huh? Okay. But I wanted to tell you that the reason that that's so important, my update, was because I'm now in my mid-70s. I have gone from married woman to widow to now single woman. And you know, I have to tell you, I didn't know that there was a stage, moments after widowhood. I really didn't know. Well, first of all, I wasn't prepared for widowhood at all. And then once I, going through it, which was, I could do a video on that in itself. Because, when you're married to someone or connected with someone, live with someone, sleep with someone, have their children and everything for 4 decades, there's a lot of you that's connected with that other person. And so the transition, being a widow, was a lot of redefining who I was and dealing with identity and what all that meant, and me asking, well, what is my purpose? Because I didn't feel I had any anymore, and I had lost my voice, and I didn't know what my next steps were. And that phase, that widowhood phase, after it came single woman. As I came through that chaos, that fog, that messiness, that stage in life I never knew about, and I learned a lot, and there was some real good things about it too. Whole nother video. But when I came out of it and really came into this stage of single woman in my 70s who knows a whole bunch of stuff, who's wise beyond what I've ever been, who's just been through it all. This single woman, and now I'm dating again, and just going out and just being me. It's a different life, a life that is full with joy and vibrancy. So, hey, I needed to update this because I'm just at a different point. And I can see so much. So when I'm talking about secrets to finding love, your vibrant style, and what's next for you, took on a whole new meaning. So I just wanted to share that message with you and to let you know, listen, it is never, ever ever too late for you to do what you want to do. So if you want to start that podcast and you're 63, or you want to write that book and you're 75, or you want to travel all over and you want to do it solo, whatever it is you want to do, hey, you can do it. Take that next step. Be vibrant out there. Say when you turn that 50, because we can approach that 50 differently. It's our mindset. We can perhaps go the way of what society wants us to go, and that is it's a decline. You've passed your prime when you see them 50 candles on a cake. And there's so many jokes about it, and everybody says it. And you can go that way or think that way. And there's so many changes happening to our bodies. We believe it. But let me tell you, that's a lie. It's a lie. You can go the other way and say, hey, look at what I've learned. Look at who I am. I've lived half a century, and the next 50 is going to be the best, the most vibrant, and you can become a vibrant lifer and do your thing and create things because you're wiser, you're smarter, and you've proven to yourself that you're resilient because you made it here. Mwah. Love you so much. So I just wanted to come on and share that with you. Living life over 50, it can be so wonderful. And if you want to talk about it with me, come on, let's do it. For free, 30 minutes. Let's talk next steps. Next steps call, link down below. Or if you're inspired and you want to write that book, you're pretty sure about what you want that next step to be, let's talk strategy. That's a 90-minute intensive you and me where I help you figure out what your next steps are, listen deeply, help you with developing an action plan and those goals and steps to take so that you can do your next thing. Love to work with you. So glad you're with me. Mwah! Vibrant lifer.